Hi everyone, I am Alex Brown, and the researcher I have done for my behaviorist biography is Joseph S. Lalli. So Joseph S. Lalli was born in 1952 and he passed away in 2001. He wrote hundreds of papers on research he did both during college, during when he was getting his degree, and also after he graduated. He was appointed to the JABA Board of Editors for 2 terms, and he studied behavioral processes of individuals with developmental disabilities. The first article I found on Joseph S. Lalli was titled In Remembrance, Joseph S. Lalli, 1952 and 2001. This article gave background about who he was and what he accomplished. So, being appointed to the board of editors for Java was one of the things they listed. Talked about when and where he was born, and obviously when he passed away. I found 2 articles that were about sight words. So the first article was titled Comparison of Sight Word Training Procedures with Validation of the Most Practical Procedure for Teaching Reading for Daily Living. And then there was an article he was in, or a journal article that he wrote 2 years later, and that one was titled Review of Research on Sight Word Instruction. And in that article, he examined the different procedures, common procedures that were used for helping individuals with disabilities recognize and comprehend words by sight. And he ended up recommending that teachers begin by using feedback only or using a simple errorless teaching procedure. He found that those two worked the best. I also found an article that he was part of titled Response Covariation, the relationship between correct academic responding and problem behavior. So in this article, he examined how responding accurately to spelling questions and aggression covaried. And what he found was that once they were able to teach the boys with developmental disabilities how to perform better at spelling, those boys' aggression behavior decreased. I also found an article he wrote on competition between, it was titled Competition Between Positive and Negative Reinforcement in the Treatment of Escape Behavior. So in this study, they tested whether using positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement worked better. And what they found was that the escape maintained behavior decreased more when they used positive reinforcement than when they used negative reinforcement. Lalli was also part of an article titled Functional Analysis and Treatment of Aberrant Behavior. So in this article, he and his team concluded that although the current work that had been done on functional analysis has been successful for the most part, he recommended that there be more improvement. He noticed that there's plenty of room for improvement on it. And he recommended that more attention be paid by the analyzers to help generalize and maintain the behaviors that they taught, and also to low rate problem behaviors and to extend functional analysis to academic and social behaviors. And like I mentioned before, Joseph S. Lalli passed away in 2001, so there's no way that I can ask him these interview questions. But if I were able to, the 5 questions that I would really like to get an answer from him. 4 would be, which of his studies did he find most meaningful and why? What was his inspiration for working within the field of behavior analysis? What or who is his role model, if he has one, and why they're his role model? And I would like to know the most important thing that he's learned from studying and teaching individuals with developmental disabilities. And also, I would want to know if he thinks that behavior analytic interventions work just as well with neurotypical individuals as they do with individuals with developmental disabilities. All right, thanks for listening.